Hi, so today I'm going to be talking about McDonaldization and how this fast food chain conquered the entire world. So in 1953, McDonald's started out as just a drive-in restaurant in California where you could get super cheap burgers and super cheap French fries. And now in 2022, there are McDonald's in over 100 countries. So McDonald's is a household name in America and in other parts of the world. And many believe McDonald's is a big part of American culture. So how did this fast food restaurant take over the entire world without any of us noticing? I'm going to explain that today. So to start off, what is McDonaldization? McDonaldization is when society adopts characteristics of a fast food chain. This term was coined by George Ritzer, who is a sociologist, and it is based on Max Weber's theory of rationalization. And the theory of rationalization states that it is a practical application of knowledge to achieve a desired end. It leads to efficiency, coordination, and control over both the physical and the social environment. Essentially, the theory of rationalization can substitute logically consistent rules for illogical rules if something is efficient and coordinated. McDonaldization has four dimensions, or I like to think of them as pillars, really, the four pillars of McDonaldization. The first one is efficiency. How fast can we make this product or perform this service? McDonaldization normally breaks down tasks into smaller tasks and then is rationalized to find the most efficient tasks. The most efficient task is chosen, and then all other tasks are inefficient and unworthy. Calculability is the second one. This is normally how one measures efficiency, and it's really just quantity over quality. And then there is predictability, number 3. Predictability, you can make the same product and perform the same service every single time. So, for example, I could go to the McDonald's in Bloomsburg and order a Big Mac, and then I can go to a McDonald's in Madison, Wisconsin, and get a Big Mac, and it'll be the same every single time. They will be the same burger. And then number 4, control. McDonald's is a bureaucracy. Corporate is telling the franchise owner exactly what to do. It supplies all the uniforms, supplies all the suppliers, and supplies all the rules, and everything is the same. And, this is a big deal because control also insinuates that they would prefer stuff to be the same every single time. And the best way I could put it is if they want something the same way every single time, they're going to turn to automation instead of humans to get the same thing, the same result. Some other dimensions of McDonaldization is de-skilling, which the tasks are broken down to so simply, and then they become simple jobs that anybody could do. So essentially workers become really easily replaceable, and training is very simple, so they can get to work faster. Consumers as workers, because consumers end up performing jobs that workers normally perform. For example, when you go to a McDonald's, you end up throwing your trash away, and you end up ordering on kiosks. You punch in your order, and then you slide your card, and then you pick up your order. Another example would be salad bars. Normally a restaurant would make your salad, but nowadays it's you take your plate, walk up to the salad bar, and make your own salad, and then go sit down. So all of these dimensions, they have created a huge success for McDonald's. McDonald's has 38,000 locations worldwide, and there are 13,000 locations in the United States. That's incredible. So what do other companies do so they can be successful like McDonald's? These companies adopt those dimensions. They adopt efficiency, calculability, predictability, and control. I've noticed on Amazon, it's a lot about efficiency and how fast can we get the product that you ordered to your door, especially with Amazon Prime. A product that would normally take a week to ship is now at your door within a day, and that's really incredible. For minute clinics, in healthcare especially, I've started to notice that doctor's trips, wellness checks are more about how fast can we get you in and out if you're not feeling well, instead of, oh, how are you feeling? Is there anything we can make to make your visit better? Excuse me. With Walmart, Walmart is also a very successful company, and is a worldwide franchise, I think, or at least a country nationwide franchise. It is also a bureaucracy, and there is a lot of control that goes into a Walmart. The workers have to answer to the manager has to answer to their boss, and essentially it goes up onto a chain all the way to corporate. Shein is one of the more recent ones. It's becoming very big, especially in the retail industry. You pick out the clothes you want, and how would I say this? The clothes are shipped to your door as fast as possible. There is a lot of calculability that goes in this, and the workers' rights aren't really the best, because the corporate really only cares about the producer really only cares about how fast can we make these products, sell them, and ship them to the consumer's door. TikTok is also one of those newer ones that have really been a direct product of McDonaldization. It is really about efficiency and predictability, especially with everybody wanting to do the same trends and the same dances. And, we all get a little irritable when our social media doesn't load, because we're so used to seeing, hundreds of videos within 20 minutes. And another thing I have down here is a house, and I didn't really know how to explain it, but it is really about McMansions. Recently, especially in the 21st century, architecture has definitely the quality of architecture has definitely decreased, because they're trying to get these houses up as fast as possible. So there are a lot of advantages to McDonaldization. For example, goods and services are not limited to a certain location. We see that in, McDonald's. It's not just in California anymore, it's nationwide. Oh, it's not just in the United States anymore, it's all over the globe. It's in Bangladesh, it's in India, it's in France, it's in Kenya, it's everywhere. And you also notice that goods and services are able to reach more consumers. Globally, yes, but there's also separate categories. For example, McDonald's is able to be eaten by those of different socioeconomic statuses. They don't discriminate because you can't afford a burger. There's also more consistent quality. I mentioned this before. If I go to the McDonald's in Bloomsburg and order a Big Mac, and then go to Madison, Wisconsin and order a Big Mac, I'm going to have the same quality bun, the same quality patty, the same quality cheese, the same quality sauce. Everything is going to be consistent. And there is more regulation because it is more popular. Things are becoming more popular, you know. If something was bad, if a Big Mac I ordered from McDonald's was awful and I didn't like it, or the service was awful, I could call and complain and there would be more regulations for them. Along with advantages, there are many disadvantages of McDonaldization. For example, there is a huge negative ecological impact because it's more about efficiency. The producers don't really care about how much byproducts are being thrown away. So, you know, you go to, for example, Shein, where there's a lot of fast fashion. There's a lot of clothing being thrown away because it's not being sold. There's also a lot of dehumanization because companies are starting to choose automation over humans. One, because they don't have to pay robots, and two, you'll get the same product every single time. And it's also much faster. There's also a quality situation. You know, you could have the same quality, which is an advantage, but that doesn't mean the quality is that great, which is a disadvantage, you know. McDonald's isn't the healthiest food, like at all. So you don't really go there for high quality burgers and French fries. You go there for something cheap and inexpensive. There's also a lot of irrationality, which is very ironic because this theory is based off of the theory of rationalization. Things are so rationalized that they begin to become irrational. You know, I have to, if I worked at McDonald's, I have to squeeze this ketchup bottle 7 times for each order. I'm going to become quickly burnt out and I'm not going to want to work anymore because I'm doing the same thing over and over and over. So there are a lot of global effects from McDonaldization. One of them being is there's a lot of deviation from other cultures. More people are beginning to adapt to American culture and, you know, eat American food or McDonald's, wear American clothing. A lot of architecture and infrastructure is starting to be inspired by Western architecture, and cultural values begin to shift a lot. For example, in Bangladesh, which is a Muslim majority state, more and more people are beginning to deviate from Muslim values and beginning to look into values from any part of the world, from any religion. Another thing to notice, to think about, is how Russia and China have reacted to McDonaldization. Russia, after Ukraine and Russian conflict, McDonald's pulled out of Russia. However, Russia just changed most McDonald's chains to their own fast food chain called Tasty, and that's it. But it still keeps the same values that McDonaldization really has. And for China, China is one of the highest producers in the world, and they have adopted efficiency, calculability, predictability, and control in most of their factories, which is pretty interesting. So that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching. I think it is very interesting how, you know, the United States is the global hegemon, and has definitely shown through McDonaldization. Everybody is beginning to adapt to American culture, which is interesting. So thank you.